Hey gang, Larry here. It's time for 5 Minutes of Truth 316. So the question is, what are we talking about today? Well, we are in the book of Daniel, major prophet. We are in chapter 6, and the Devo today comes from verse number 3. I'm going to go ahead and pick up in verse 1. Darius the Mede decided to divide the kingdom into 120 provinces, and he appointed a high officer to rule over each province. The king also chose Daniel and 2 others as administrators to supervise the high officers and protect the king's interests. Now, verse 3. Daniel soon proved himself more capable than all the other administrators and high officers. Because of Daniel's great ability, the king made plans to place him over the entire empire. Daniel's getting a promotion. Awesome, huh? Promotions are great. We all like them. You know, it's interesting though when you think about Daniel. This is a young man who was part of the aristocracy in Israel when Jerusalem fell to Nebuchadnezzar and the kingdom of Babylon. And Daniel was taken. Many scholars believe he was emasculated, and then was, as a eunuch, placed in the service of Nebuchadnezzar. So he's a slave. He's a slave, for all intents and purposes, who's set to serve his captive king. Yeah, it's interesting. The parallel here is quite interesting. How do you feel about your job? Do you like your job? Or not so much? Do you fight against the job that you have? Do you fight against the job you have? Are you angry every single day about having to go to that place? When you look at it in this context, Daniel had right to be angry every single day for a zillion reasons. He was taken captive. He was emasculated. He was a slave. Every time he spoke to the king, he had to fear death. And yet, it says in chapter 6, verse 3, Daniel soon proved himself more capable than all of the other administrators and high officers. Because of Daniel's great ability, the king made plans to place him over the entire empire. Slave to de facto ruler. So, break this down and put it into context of your own life and my own life, our own lives as believers. Everything we have is given to us by God. We know that as believers in Jesus Christ. We don't have anything that God hasn't provided for us. Our home, our cars, our kids, our family, our job. Okay? All of that is ours because God saw fit to give it to us. So, as you head out to work today, and as I head out to work today, let's consider that and keep that in our hearts. You may not like your boss. You may have problems with the way things are run. You may dislike the position that you're in. But your boss, those in authority, have been placed there by God himself, whether they believe or not. We know that. So do all things as unto the Lord. respect your boss, do your job, make it count. Be blessed.